I killed them, all 4 of them. It's the kind of sentence that stops time, a single moment of horror spoken into the phone by a father who just destroyed everything he once claimed to love. This wasn't a stranger. It wasn't a break-in, a random act of violence, or a gang shooting. It was a father, 38-year-old Wellington Delano Dickens III, who picked up his phone one night in North Carolina and confessed to killing his own 4 children. The story that followed would leave detectives shaken, the community broken, and the nation asking, how does discipline turn into death? Welcome to Echoes of Crimes, where we uncover the darkest mysteries, the most shocking crimes, and the chilling truths that hide in plain sight. From cold cases and unsolved mysteries to the crimes making headlines right now, nothing is off limits. Every detail, every twist, every chilling clue, we bring it all to light. So lock your doors, dim the lights, and get ready, because what you're about to hear may keep you up at night. It was just after midnight when dispatchers in Nash County, North Carolina, picked up a call that would change their lives forever. Dispatcher: 911, what's your emergency? Dickens: I killed my kids. There was no panic in his voice, no crying, no yelling, just a flat, emotionless tone, the sound of a man detached from what he had done. The dispatcher tried to keep him talking, to understand what was happening. Dispatcher: Sir, what do you mean you killed your kids? How many children? Dickens: 4. They're in the car, in the trunk. As those words came through the speaker, dispatchers scrambled to send officers to the address Dickens calmly provided. No one was ready for what they'd find. When officers arrived at the Dickens home, a modest single-story house in a quiet Rocky Mount neighborhood, they found Wellington standing outside. He didn't run. He didn't resist. Instead, he looked at them and said only 2 words: "They're gone." Inside the garage, police found a car parked with its trunk partially open. When they lifted it, what they saw would haunt them forever. The bodies of 4 children, 3 boys and 1 girl, all under the age of 12, lifeless, carefully placed side by side. According to investigators, Dickens told them he had been disciplining 1 child for misbehaving, and the situation escalated until, as he described it, "I lost control." 1 act of anger became 4 acts of irreversible violence. On the surface, Wellington Dickens seemed like a normal father. Neighbors said he was quiet, polite, and always with his kids. He worked at a local auto shop and attended church on occasion. But court documents paint a different picture. Records show at least 2 previous domestic calls to the residence over the past 5 years. One involved allegations of excessive discipline. Another, an altercation with his partner, who reportedly left the home permanently months before the killings. Those closest to the family now say they saw warning signs, anger issues, strict control, isolation. And now, those red flags have turned into a nightmare no one can wake from. According to the timeline pieced together from police and forensic reports, the tragedy unfolded over several hours. Investigators believe the first incident began earlier that evening after an argument about chores. Dickens reportedly struck 1 child in anger. When the others tried to intervene, his rage spiraled out of control. Neighbors told detectives they heard muffled shouting and loud thumps around 10:30 p.m., followed by silence. By midnight, Dickens says, the children were gone. and in his words, "I realized what I'd done." He then placed their bodies in the trunk of his car, sat in silence for nearly 20 minutes, and finally made the call that would lead police straight to him. Forensic investigators worked through the night, collecting evidence inside the garage and the family home. They found no signs of forced entry, confirming this was not an outside attack. A wooden belt, blood-stained towels, and broken household objects were recovered from multiple rooms. Preliminary autopsy results indicate blunt force trauma as the likely cause of death. Each child suffered multiple injuries. Authorities have not yet released their names publicly out of respect for surviving relatives. As news of the killing spread, shock and sorrow rippled through North Carolina. The words over-discipline and losing control became synonymous with one of the most horrific family tragedies the state has ever seen. The next morning, parents in Rocky Mount hugged their children tighter. Churches opened their doors. Schools held moments of silence. Community members left teddy bears, notes, and flowers outside the Dickens home. "How could this happen?" one neighbor asked through tears. A local pastor described it best. "We all think we know our neighbors, but none of us knew what pain lived behind those walls." To understand cases like this, experts turn to psychology. Family annihilation, though rare, often stems from deep emotional instability and a catastrophic loss of control. Clinical psychologist Dr. Karen Lewis explains, when an individual uses violence as control, and that control fails, it can trigger a complete psychological collapse. The line between punishment and destruction vanishes. In many such cases, perpetrators express remorse immediately after, as Dickens did, but the damage is irreversible. Researchers call it reactive filicide, the killing of one's children in response to emotional or disciplinary frustration. It's a term as clinical as it is horrifying. Wellington Delano Dickens III was arrested at the scene and taken into custody without resistance. He has been charged with 4 counts of first-degree murder and remains in the Nash County Detention Center without bond. Prosecutors have indicated they may seek life imprisonment or the death penalty. His first court appearance lasted less than 3 minutes, during which he simply whispered, "I understand." The courtroom sat in silence. No friends, no family, just the weight of what he had done. In the wake of this tragedy, North Carolina lawmakers and child welfare advocates are once again calling for reform. More mental health resources for parents, stronger CPS follow-ups, and better public awareness of discipline limits. Because this case isn't just about one man. It's about a system that missed the warning signs, and 4 children who should still be alive. Across the nation, thousands of children are subjected to violent discipline each year. Most cases never make headlines, but some end exactly like this one. This story is not easy to tell. It's dark, painful, and almost impossible to comprehend. But telling it, remembering it, matters, because behind every statistic is a name. Behind every headline, a heartbeat that no longer exists. If you or someone you know feels overwhelmed, angry, or at risk of losing control, please reach out. Help is out there. You can stop before it's too late. Thank you for watching this in-depth report. If you value stories told with respect and truth, please take a second to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new case breakdown. Share this video to raise awareness about the dangers of uncontrolled anger and the importance of mental health intervention. Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and take care of one another.